What's happening, people? Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's really there. We don't know. It's not on the market yet, but the PS5 is starting to smell a lot like some bullshit. Excuse me. It's not. It's not adding up. The rumors, what what isn't confirmed, and all these other little innuendos. They're saying that Sony's looking at a very cheap way to manufacture it, yet saying 8K is going to be in there kind of sidetracks that. Saying they're going to put a 1TB hard drive in there kind of makes it a deal breaker with me, being that I am all for digital download. I am all for that, okay? GameStop is irrelevant than a bitch, and they've been that way pretty much since 2002. But besides that, okay, the fact they're talking about 8K, the fact there is no new PSVR headset coming out, the fact that they're doing all these other things that we don't really know too much about, and the fact they're putting a chipset in there that's brand new. It's not old. This is an AMRD, I believe. Brand new. How the hell are they expecting to make this thing cheap? And please, anyone, feel free to let me know, because none of this shit sounds cheap to me outside of a 1TB internal hard drive. 8K televisions, which would bring the full experience of the 8K experience, regardless of how good or bad it is from a PlayStation 5, would make the grand total somewhere in $2,500 to $3,000 fucking dollars. Because you're not going to get 8K on a 4K television. That's not how that works. So, with that, which I don't believe the 8K thing, that might be something like PS5 incremental upgrade, kind of like PS4 Pro, maybe a PS5 Pro. But if they do put an 8K in there, who in the hell believes this thing is going to cost under $500 damn dollars? The only way that they'll reach that price tag is like putting a 1TB memory card in there and hoping it sells, because while everything else sounds good, you got to remember that it's not going to give you the full terabyte. It never does. It's like 800 something gigs because you have files already written on it. Plus, you're going to have that day one patch that PlayStation and Xbox both get because they're just too damn lazy to delay a console, so you don't have to have a day one patch. No, you got to have a day one patch almost out the box now for any console. So, I'm not buying it. I can tell you that right now, guys. I'm not buying it. All these leaks and rumors and supposed be, might be, maybe in, no idea, especially with teraflop titties. I'm thinking it's going to cost like $600-700. The fact people are talking about a brand new chipset, not an old chipset. This is new. This is brand new chipset here. And they're trying to keep costs down. I don't see it happening. 16 to 24 teraflop titties. Brand new chipset from AMRD, I think is the right way to say that. I'm not sure. There's nothing here that says this is going to cost you $300 to $400. It's looking like it's going to cost you more around the price range of $800 to $900. Just because I don't think Sony's going to be that dumb as in to make a PS5 with a regular Blu-ray player. I just don't see them doing that, especially now that Xbox has standardized the 4K Blu-ray player. I just don't see them making that decision, because that's another thing with me. That's going to break it for me. If they give you a 1TB and a basic Blu-ray player, nobody should buy it. I don't care how big of a Sony fan you are, considering there's rumors about, well, if you don't buy the PS5, you're still going to be able to play with the people who buy it, because they're going to have backwards compatibility and cross-generation play integrated in it. That's one of the rumors. So there's a lot more coming out about the PS5, and the more I'm listening and the more I'm watching and the more I'm seeing, the more this is starting to really smell like some shit. This is not looking good. When you can be the biggest Sony fan on the planet. I'm not talking negatively about Sony. I'm talking about the price point here. The price point is going to make or break the system. And honestly, right now, from everything that's out there, from all the rumors and all the speculations and the leaks and shit, it's looking like it's going to be a high-end costing machine. Not saying it will be, but talking about 8K, and in order to get 8K to show up on the PS5, you're going to have an 8K television, and those things are still above $1,000. So in order to get this whole setup to work right, it looks like you're going to be spending upwards of about $3,000 if you want the full experience. And that's being generous. That's me being very generous. That's the PS5 and the 8K television with no games. That's me being generous. I hope 8K is just a rumor. I hope it doesn't happen, because Sony, it is way too fucking early to be even thinking about 8K. Save that for the incremental upgrade. That would be the PS5 Pro. Save that when it's more affordable. Please don't force that price tag down your fans' throats, because you're going to find out just as bad as you did with the PS3 that it's fuck you and your high-ass cost. Don't fuck around with this PS5, Sony. I really don't think you can afford to do it. Get it under control.